Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallett.
Mr Chairman, just before you move to I presume Part 1A of the bill, can I ask you to have a good look at the summary section or the index to the bill and the way that has been marked up, because it appears to me, and you know, I've had limited experience in some of these, Mr Speaker and Mr Chairman, that Part 2A of the bill or Part 2A is sitting before Part 2. And I think the tradition, Mr Chairman, is to go 1A, 2A, although it might just be that in the printing of the bill, instead of having a heading of a new subpart of a new bit of legislation, the wrong headers have been used, so it looks like a part of the bill as opposed to a new section.
I think the member, I've sought advice from the clerk.
Sure.
Part 2A is substituted by 23H, which now appears in Part 1A, and that's how it's been handled. So that's the clarification from the clerk's office.
Further point of order. In that case, can I have an assurance that Part 2A, which is clearly got a separate header, is a separate part of the bill?
No, it's not.
Well, Mr. Chairman, how can it be?
Well, you asked a question. I'm answering it. If we looked at 23H under Part 1A, that is substituting Part 2A. So Part 2A is substituted into 23H, which now forms part of Part 1A. So there is no Part 2A debate. Once we've finished Part 1A debate, we will go on to Part 2. That is the... And just look, we do have, thank the member, we do have under Speaker's rulings, taking a bill part by part relates to the parts of the bill that are before the committee, not to new parts to be inserted in the Principal Act. So if I refer to the member to Speaker's rulings 110.3, clarifies the position that we now are in.
So I'm sorry to keep going back, Mr. Chairman. This is not a new part. It is, I understand, a part. But because if it was if this was new, then it would all be underlined. I'm just checking that it's not all underlined. Is it all completely new, Mr. Chairman, and added to it, or did it used to be Part 2A when it went to the Select Committee?
It is a new part of the Principal Act.
And so it wasn't. It wasn't there.
I'll just come back to 110.3. It's a new part of the Principal Act, and we're taking the bill part by part that relates to parts of the bill that are before the committee, not to the new parts to be inserted in the Principal Act. So that's the ruling.
And Mr. Chairman, can I just ask you to pass back the advice of the more traditional form of drafting in this, and that is to use a different form of heading for something which is a part of this bill as opposed to a new part of an act, so that members can differentiate. And in this case, you've explained it very clearly, but Sir, this is not well drafted.
Well, look, this could be a case for a Standing Orders Committee to consider a matter of this, and one could make... Standing Orders to draft the bill, probably. Well, the point I'm making here, you asked for how we might handle it in the future. I'm suggesting a way forward, and that's where we stand. Have I put that vote there? Yes, you have. We now move, members, to debate on clauses 23A to 23ZE in Schedule 2A. The question is that Part 1A stand part.
Mr. Chair.
Claire Curran.